How's it going, YouTube? Cody Bernardi here with another YouTube video, and in today's video we are going to be doing an OSINT challenge. I made a video in the past where we basically geolocated an Instagram influencer just using openly available tools. You can watch that video right there. In today's video, we're going to be doing something similar with the Hype House. They are a popular group on TikTok. They came across my profile on TikTok, which if you don't follow me on there, you're more than welcome to. Put a link to it down below. Yeah, I just wanted to see where the Hype House was, and we went ahead and did that in this video. Now, one rule that we followed throughout the entire video: no Googling. It would have been very easy to find the address just by doing simple Google searches, but we wanted to test our skills with Google Earth, Google Maps, and such like that to find the house. And yeah, y'all just leave the video as it is, let it explain itself. It's going to be a long video because I wanted to get all the chatter and all the collaboration that was done between myself and Gara, who is my Discord mod. So I'll put timestamps down below because I know my viewership is, it's hard to retain views through a long period of time. So I'll put timestamps down below. You can click on those and watch whatever. So anyways, here's the video. So, for those that are on TikTok, I am jealous of you, but for those that are on TikTok, you may or may not have seen this lovely group of people. I mean, TikTok obviously attracts the most intelligent humans on the planet. There is this group called Hype House. I don't know how I came across them. I think they're on my For You page, and I'll just share one of their videos right here. Maybe I won't, because I'll find a reason to cease and desist or whatever, but Hype House. It's just, you know, typical cringy Los Angeles people making these weird videos, and I don't know why they keep showing up. But what Gara and I are going to do is we are going to geolocate the Hype House for the lulz. So, Gara, I know you kind of did some research a little bit, but I think we should just dive right into finding the Hype House. So, I'm going to be pulling up their TikTok. I think TikTok has a desktop app. I got what I want right away, but the Hype House. Okay, so this is their account right here. So let's go ahead and just look at some of their videos to find where the Hype House is. Now, for the sanity of everyone, I'm going to mute their shit. So a couple things we can notice right away from the video. It's obvious that they have a legit Hype House. It doesn't appear to be an Airbnb because I got that giant ass sign in the back. So right away that tells me that this is more than likely going to be a single fixed location where it's not going to be changing that much. Or they might have a couple places like this, but we know that they have a somewhat long-term residence at this place. So that's the first thing I noticed. We could see that in some of their videos. They have background shots, which we will definitely leverage Google Earth for, because they got the mountains and all of that. We'll get into some just geographical features real quick to kind of narrow down our search. Obviously, it's going to be fairly easy given the demographic of people in the video. That's not going to be in, like, you know, South America. I could be wrong, but I highly doubt it's going to be anything like that. Clicking around their videos. Let's see if we can find one. And I hate that you can't, like, scroll forward and skip. So I don't think we're going to get anything in that video. Do you happen to know by any chance which video you stumbled upon that had some good... I guess I sent it to you. I think it was this video. Or you can't even see my screen, right? Nope.
Sure can't.
Sure can't. That would help. Okay. So,
yeah, this is a good one.
Okay. So that is a great shot of the house right there. Looks like a normal, just mansion-styled California Adobe-style home. So a couple things we could just jot down if you wanted to take notes. I'm not going to take notes, but this is what I typically do. Just jotting down some notes. The palm trees are an obvious giveaway. It's Mediterranean, what is it called? Is it sub-Mediterranean? It's not like on the equator, but it's like kind of close to it. Super sunny. What do you call that?
Call it California.
Okay, so we'll call it California. To be fair, there are palm trees in other places other than California, but just given the situation, these people are cringy. It could be Florida or California. Yeah, there's no cringy. There's a few cringy people in Texas, but I'm just gonna go with California. So a good look at the house right there. Windows. I know I might get some slack from that from people, but Control Shift S. You could just take a simple screenshot. And the hype house. Okay. So nothing much there. We'll move on. See their other stuff. And I would love to use that tool I used in my other influencer video if there's like a Matterport tour. Typically in these nicer homes you'll get Matterport tours. So oh, perfect.
That's a good one.
I don't know if this is at their house, but let's just watch it real quick. That seems to be their whole theme, is that it's in their house. So this
sure looks like their house from the other pans we've done on the image or on the videos.
Yeah. So that one's probably not a good one. Do you think this is the good one right here? It's kind of far away.
It's alright. I think the other angle was better with the houses in the background.
Okay.
Right here. So we got a really weird looking tree line right there we can use.
Yeah, right there.
And there's also some stuff on the back left, that very strange looking square.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll save that in the... Oh, wait, what the hell? What?
Good screenshot.
Yeah, it doesn't screenshot.
Sniffing tool, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. God damn it. Golden retrievers are very dumb, but they're very fun. I don't know anyone that would say that those are smart dogs. They're so stupid. All inside the hype house. Get outside of the hype house so we can find y'all. Yeah, so let's replay that video. Let's grab that real quick. Oh, I was about to do Control Shift S again. Snipping tool. So we got what appears to be, I don't know, like a 14 by 14 square foot little shed thing. Oh, perfect. Okay. There's another good one, so. Not so much. We know that there's trees butting up against the kitchen.
Yeah, that big open clearing's pretty good looking too.
Yeah. So
I don't know if that's dead grass or...
It's California. It most certainly is dead grass. Are you kidding me? Those trees aren't even alive. Save. Name it 3. Okay. Yeah, so pretty mountainous. I haven't seen an ocean view or anything like that. Because I do know the Southern California coast is pretty hilly. And I highly doubt they're going to be influencing in Lancaster or Modesto, California.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got now we don't know if this is at the hype house or not, but it appears that there is a pool, and that we have to check again. That might be the hype house right there, but we'll just screenshot this as plausible, just because we can't really see the house that well. This could very well be someone else's house, but I will say, I'll play the audio in this. I did hear a bit of information that could tip us that this is the hype house.
We thought this was a good idea. He thought this was a good idea. Oh my god. This is why we can't get homeowners insurance.
So they said this is why we can't get homeowners insurance, which that's not good. I wouldn't recommend that, but goes to show they said we, so it could be very well their place. I do notice that there are cars right there, so this could be a driveway right there. So we'll go ahead.
See, there's stairs off to the right side too. It looks like it goes up to the house. So this is down 10-15 feet from the house level.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
a good picture of the house.
Yes. Okay, moving on.
Oop.
You think that's a good one?
Yeah, it's a good. Maybe.
Might have to do a TikTok download.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's some interesting looking shapes in the background.
So we do know they got
fields of some sort.
Yeah, it looks like a valley and then like another Yeah.
A ridge line or something in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, those gray shapes are very interesting looking.
The gray shapes.
Yeah, the big squares kind of in the mid-ground, below where your cursor is.
Oh, these. Yeah. Yeah, good catch. Okay. You got another one right here. It appears to be at the pool again.
So it looks like they have a hot tub to the side of the pool. So the pool looks like it's a long oval shape with some kind of geometry off to the side.
Yeah.
And there's some kind of hot tub on one side. Looks like there's a hot tub on the other side. I can't tell because that guy's in the way.
Yeah, it looked like the hot tub was more towards the kind of the cliff, for lack of better terms. And then, so they got a pool right there, and then like a little grass field over to the left, if you saw that. So pool's right here, and then over on this side, they got like a grass field. And then the stairs, and then the cars right there. Yeah, so they got that like little grass field right there. We don't need to screenshot that, but we do keep that in mind. So
That's cool geometry there on the ground behind her.
yeah, so I do notice there's like a weight set outside too. Oh,
It has a checkered pattern. Here we go. That's a good pick right there. So there's the weird gray squares again.
we're at right
Yeah,
there.
right there.
Yep.
And it looks like they're up on top of a hill looking over some kind of tree farm or
Yeah.
vineyard or something to that effect.
And there's a road. It appears to be a road or a trail of some sort.
It's overcast, so no shadow. It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the gray squares again. And then we have another good pick of that checkered platform behind her.
Let's do this again. Oh, this right there.
Yeah, so that's a very strange like design. So that'll help looking at imagery on Google Earth.
Yeah, that appears to be like the drive, or not driveway, but yeah, that's where the
Yeah,
weights
just
are.
some kind of pad. And there's also obviously power lines behind them too. So you have a road and power lines
Oh yeah,
going up to their house.
yeah. So we keep that in mind. We'll probably have to divert off of Google Earth a little bit to OpenStreetMap, which is another GIS software that they have, infrastructure map that you can take a look at. So we could definitely correlate that in. Okay, so
Oh, there you
there,
go.
there we go. So
That's huge. Yeah, that should help a lot.
okay. So yeah, it appears to be a walking path. I know this is a pretty common theme with driveways in California.
You have a giant walking path to your house in California?
Well, no, they typically use these for driveways, so you'll drive
Gotcha.
on that.
Looks like there's the weight bench set down there,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, that does look like it. Yep. So it's like a P90X looking thing, and then other stuff. So that's down towards the ridgeline area. So I don't know if you could do much with this
Yeah, you
right
can
there.
still see. I mean, it's a good reference to how large this this checkmark square thing is. Walking area.
Well, given my expert intelligence background, his cowboy boots tell me this is definitely Texas.
Doesn't have a hat, man. It's gotta have a cowboy hat.
Oh yeah,
No pistol either.
yeah, that's true.
Standard issue in Texas.
Pink shorts and cowboy boots definitely tell me it's Houston, Dallas area.
Don't see really much of use here. You
Yeah,
have a shadow though.
yeah. I mean, the shadow would only really tell us the time of day. I mean, we kind of already know where they're at. We have a good feeling they're in California. So far, I have not seen anything as far as water goes, so I don't think they're like on the water line. It does appear that there's like a valley desert-ish sort of area over here, given that could be water. I don't know. I haven't seen any water yet. That could be like a marine layer, but it's kind of late in the day for that. I don't know. It could be haze from a desert. Who knows? And this is another thing to speed up your analysis process. It is good to watch every single video, especially if it's, something high profile, but you definitely want to work smarter, not harder, and try to focus on things that can provide value, and then work your way to the ones that you kind of skip over. Like these ones we can't really do anything with, but who knows, maybe at the very tail end of this video they might yell out their address for whatever reason. But you gotta work in an efficient way. So watching all these inside videos, oh, we hit the dead end. Shit,
That's it.
that's it. I think that
Uh-oh.
is it. So we don't got much. Did we hit a dead end? No.
I think no. There's a couple more good ones.
Yeah,
there.
I was gonna
So this
say
is that. I don't know. That's not the.
that's the
There
high
it is.
pass.
That's
Okay.
the new one. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good picture. So they have a fountain here in the front. We didn't see that before because there was a big pink screen in front of it.
Yeah.
So that should help.
Okay. I was gonna say, holy shit, that's gonna be more difficult than I thought. Okay, little house tour. Ah, beautiful.
Ooh.
So sun setting. Highly doubt it's a sunrise, given these kind of people being young and just influencers. So sun sets over the Pacific Ocean. So that's telling me that is the west coast, or that's westward bound. So we know that they're inland a little bit. This mountain range right there might be like butting up against the coast, so they're kind of inland a little bit. Can't say for sure how far away from the ocean. This little dip right there kind of tells me that the ocean is probably that right there, but again, can't say for sure.
Picture of the pool.
Yeah, so we'll let it replay again.
It's a pretty house.
It's a nice house. I'd kill for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the pool right there.
It's a very strange shape.
Yep.
There's that weird bus again.
Yeah, good catch. The little white cringe bus, whatever they call it.
I don't see any of the big gray squares though.
What I think the big gray squares are more that
Other
way.
direction.
Yeah, I think they're that way.
Okay, so the squares are east.
Yeah.
And then we also know, so if that's the west, then the pool is going to be on the south side of the house. Or I guess
It'd be on the.
Did they have a pan of the pool in relation to the house? I don't know if they're standing at it or they're standing to the side of it.
In this clip.
Yeah.
They're kind of standing. So west.
Okay, so look, there's the stairs they're standing over, and then I don't know what that is. More stairs? Oh, I think I'll keep going a little bit. Okay, there's a slide. Okay, so they are standing like at the house, facing down at the pool.
Yeah.
They're standing back a little bit. So the house would be northeast-ish, northeast, something like that, of the pool.
Yeah. So let's do this. I just was talking about working smarter, not harder. Now, actually, before I go on, let's watch this video again with new house check. So I was about to go check out older videos, and we would have found the potentially other hype house, which I think we're going to keep this video as simple as possible. So now...
Yeah, so that was 1225 when they had new hype house. So that was a few months back.
Okay, so they got on Christmas or right around that time. So there's a couple things that we could do to branch off from here. Obviously, we could find all of their social media accounts and pivot off of that, which I could guarantee you we could find this easily. I'm sure they just have bad OPSEC, and you could see like the home number in the back, but we're going to stick to using Google Earth. Do you think we can do it, or do you want to branch off and try to do some OSINT on some accounts?
California's a pretty big place, man.
Yeah.
A lot of big houses. So if we knew how many bedrooms the house had, if we knew kind of any like filtering that we could do on like Redfin or other websites, we could go from there, but we just don't have, other than some kind of distance screenshots, don't have a ton to work with.
Yeah. So I think what we can do is using the screenshots we have as validation.
Yeah.
And we will have to branch off onto some of these people's social media accounts, which we will have to find. I don't know. Okay. Okay, I'm going to shut them up. So we get names like Nick and Mia And
Oh,
all
go back a couple videos. They had a road intersection.
oh, they're at a like a little house, or not house, but like
Little market.
yeah.
I don't see. Oh, there's a sign. Yeah, right. Yeah, no flights there.
Now this could give us a clue if it's nearby. Like this
Yeah, I
could
was
very
hoping
well
to find some kind of business sign or. I can't make that out.
Oh, it says how much it is. Raw honeycomb, $15. Yeah, because this would actually be pretty nice. I can't imagine these people drive like hours away. Summertime
Pro.
Summertime Pro. Okay, so we'll start there, and we might actually just be able to use Google Earth for that. So it was Summertime Pro, right?
2 M's, yes sir.
Summer. It might be produce.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So, oh. I might have to do a Google search. Yeah, so no cross streets right there. So Summertime Produce. Oh!
There we go.
There we go. Oh, okay.
Produce. Pull it up on my end too.
Yeah, so if you wanted to work your magic, you can go ahead. I can go ahead and do the basics that I know so far. So this is great. So it kind of gives us a general area, and this is kind of where I can't really explain this. It's just from personal experience. It makes complete sense on where they're at. I just know this area pretty well, Ventura, Santa Barbara area. So it is very hilly right there. So that one image that I pointed out, where there's kind of like a little valley and then a hillside on the other end. I'm pulling that up real quick. So I think it was... I swear I took a screenshot of it somewhere. There's one of them. It was... Okay, so it was this shot right there. So there's like kind of like a hillside right there. So that's telling me that it's just validating what we kind of know so far, that that hillside right there is going to be the hillside near Ventura sort of area. So this is a good start on where we're at. So just to be thorough, we're going to double check everything. I mean, honestly, I don't know if we really need to drop the guy right here, but just to be thorough, we will check. And that stop sign, this is it. This is it. So we know they are in this general location. And we kind of had to change up the name. It said Summertime Pro in there. That didn't yield anything. So given the circumstances, they were buying fruit and stuff, we can only assume that is Summertime Produce. So it looks like they are in Simi Valley sort of area, Thousand Oaks, Moore Park sort of area. So we know that they are on kind of a hillside. So we go back. They're kind of on a hill. That kind of helps us out a little bit. Now, I think a good start for us is trying to find kind of this. You think this would be a good start? The giant white.
Absolutely. Yeah, you want to find the biggest, weirdest looking things you can possibly see on the screen for imagery. Because when you're looking at a million things at once, the eye's going to be drawn to larger shapes.
Yep.
So it looks like we have some weird, those look like almost like hay bales to the left.
Yeah, so those look like, so we'll go ahead and pull this up real quick again.
Anything else we can use? So there's hay bales. They're next to a large, looks like field. So I assume that's probably a farm field. And then at the bottom right of that picture, we had rows of trees, very intentional rows of trees.
Right there?
A small group, down to the bottom right, almost the very corner. Yeah, right in there. So we have several rows of, go on to the right.
Oh,
right
these.
Yeah, yeah. So we've got two clumps of rows of trees.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of angle this in a way I think it's kind of the perception of where this was taken if we were going to go off of this. So that's going to be over to the left a tiny bit. but I don't, just skimming around real quick, I don't see, god damn it, god damn it, god damn it. I don't see right away kind of these trees. Yeah.
Change. You can also go historical imagery too, because if this is after harvest, then we may not see some stuff.
Yeah.
So historical is gonna be, yeah, that one right there. So now those shapes are kind of there, sort of.
Yeah.
So actually, we do have gray squares to the left now.
Right.
Before we were looking at that little corner by the road, and now we have all these big gray blobs next to this pond.
You talking about this?
Yeah. One of the images you just had, they're very gray looking. These are more greenish in this image, but it's probably because of the lighting.
Oh, well, there's this one. That was the one you're talking about. So that's kind of on a hillside, and if I was to do this, that's another neat feature you can do. So what we were looking at is kind of in a plain, for lack of better terms. It's not on a hillside, and obviously that's in a plain. So I think what do you think? We focus on the hillsides to try to find those weird shapes, or what do you think would be the best thing to look out for?
I still think going off of if we pull the picture back up, of the, go back to one that had the big squares in it.
I'm trying. I don't know why it's not. Oh. This one?
Okay. Yeah, so it looks like, if you zoom back in, looks like we have kind of an L shape to the right side, kind of like opposite of what you guys are seeing on my screen. But yeah, it looks like there's a big clump that goes straight back, and there's a little part that juts off to the right. Yeah. So it's not just a big solid rectangle. It's kind of an odd shape. And if we look at, on your screen at the very top on Google Earth, see that little corner that pops off?
This?
Go to Google Earth. Yeah, so the very top of your middle of your screen, there. I'm looking at these big, huge square shapes to your left a little bit. Keep going right there. Yeah. So at the very top of that cluster, there's this shape that angles out, looks almost like a boot, like an UGG boot or something. That kind of looks like that shape that we just saw. And then you'll see, like, you have these straight rows that go back, and then we have one. So if you go over like 3 sections from the right side on those gray squares, or white squares, what do you want to call them?
Over here?
No, go back. Yeah, so, okay, so we have that small boot shape, then we have this big long one, then we have a long skinny one. Let's see here. Okay, and then can you move that to the right side so we can see yeah. Okay, so those don't look like they change width very much. Looks like they're all kind of the same width. But
yeah.
It really does look like it. Could you angle the Google Earth image so we can see that at kind of the same angle?
Oh yeah, I see.
Boy, that looks just like it. It's never this easy, folks. Yeah, it could still not be, because if you look at I wonder if 2 of those little field clumps are merged into one. Still looking at the shapes. So what I'm talking about, if you like number these white shapes on your picture, if you go over, so the boot would be the first one, then you go 1 section to the left. There's this big square, then you go 1 section past that, and it's almost like half the width.
Yeah.
Of that big one. But I don't know if it's just the lines are like the little road space in between are merged together, that farm field, or what.
Yeah.
Can you go back to the picture?
Yeah, and also I want to keep note. It looks like these do change up a bit. So if I'm going on historical.
Oh yeah, that could be. Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, that's only a few months time.
Yeah, so that is a possibility. So if I zoom out just a tiny bit,
You can also look at the background of what's behind, I guess to the east of these farm field too. This farm field. But I would say we'll start with these fields, right? Because that looks like the right spot. So for me, what I would do at this point is I would start drawing range rings. on that helps me kind of confine my search. So we know in this image, let's say we're within half a mile of these fields, maybe a mile, but at least half a mile. So I would start with a circle tool on your ruler. Yep.
Circle.
That's right. And then do miles, and then just click anywhere on that farm field, and you're just gonna draw a circle, or just click, yeah. So we'll start with half, and then we can do like half-mile increments, you can do 1 mile increments, whatever. And that just helps you kind of confine your search where you're not looking over the same stuff over and over again. Because you get into like busy towns or cities, you're gonna look at the same buildings a million times in a row. So having these range rings really helps.
I did not even know that this. I'm so glad we're making this video. I had no idea.
You can also, you don't have to, but you can also save them to be different sizes too. But that's just like for something different. Like if you wanted to track like military equipment, you want to see how far a tank can shoot, and you have an image of a tank on a screen. I think Bellingcat did that with Ukraine a couple times, artillery pieces. You can plot out what the range of those pieces are if you know where the point of impact is, and you can backtrack what the point of origin is based on like the trajectories into the fields.
Wow.
So it's kind of a neat tool to use.
Well, today I learned something new. Okay, so we got these two sort of rings. Looking at the image, alongside with this image, we could see that little boot shape. We are looking in the kind of the same perspective for this house. Now, a couple things we have to take into note. So we do know that they are kind of on the edge of their property. They're kind of facing this direction, so that would be eastbound a little bit. And then another thing that I noticed is
there's the weird clumps of trees.
Yeah, hold on. Did I just click out of it? I clicked out of the photo. Let's see.
I will also say, if you want to get real spicy with it, you can look at when this video was taken, and you can pull up the rough time frame of the Google Earth imagery.
Yeah, unfortunate.
But we did. So we close out of the video, but they do have the dates on the video. So this, I would say this is probably a pretty good chance that and that field are the same thing.
Yeah.
We were completely wrong, but that's, I think, a pretty good starting point.
Yeah.
Especially with the location of that grocery produce store.
Yeah. And then another thing we could take into note is that there does appear to be like some sort of road right there. And that's kind of same sort of pattern of, you see the green stuff right there. Now, this is where I'm going to have to bounce off of Google Earth. And I'm going to open up another tool called OpenInfraMap.org, and this will plot out basically critical infrastructure in the United States. Actually, I think it's a worldwide map that we can take a look at. So we'll look at labels and power, and then we'll just click on telecoms because that might also include cable lines, like actual like cable to the house sort of lines. But I don't think we can do a search.
Where do you remember what town that produce store, like what area are we looking at in California right now?
Rosa Valley. So it's going to be in this sort of area. So Moore Park, I remember that. No, that house name was called Rosa Valley. And honestly, I don't think OpenInfraMaps will show like to the home sort of lines, because obviously there's no way none of these homes don't have electricity. I think it's just going to be main transit lines. So I don't think we will be able to use that, but just a tool in the bag just in case anyone does end up having to use it. So it doesn't appear that it shows anything other than transit lines, which is okay. But we also do have a few more images we could take a look at just to give us some more context as far as where we're at. So we did mention that there is that like kind of row of shrubs. I don't even know what you'd call those right there, but it appears to be some sort of attempt at privacy trees. So that appears to be on the other hillside, which would be this direction, if I was to guess correctly. So they would be hitting like kind of off this hillside, down this way, over here. So if I was to do...
Oh, I just saw that. There's that square.
Yeah,
That was on the hillside. Oh,
and a
you boofed her. You're done, dude. You're looking at like Russia now.
I don't.
You misclicked. Now we're in the wrong country. Like, just to it.
God.
Hey, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
If you want it, you can just double click on the circle measure on the left side of your screen, and it'll just bring you right to it. There you go. Yeah, to save some time.
Jesus, I swear to God, I just had that. Okay, so let's.
But we did see that square though, or probably.
Yeah. Let's go back.
So what happens is if your like declination angle is too low and you start getting into the terrain features, it will like put you below the earth and just yeet you across the globe, because it's Google Earth. And
yeah,
that's what it does.
That has happened to me a few times.
I will say also, as a side note, if you're gonna do a lot of points like circle measure tools, things like that, save your stuff all the time, because Google Earth likes to crash, especially when you plotted like 47 points out.
Yeah.
And drawn the range rings just perfectly. It'll be like, and you're done. So always save your work. If your stuff is on the temporary places on the tree to the left, and when you close Google Earth, it will delete those. So if you're trying to retain work, always have them saved into your My Places, or just above the temporary places folder.
Good to know. Okay, so here's that first hill crest that I thought they might have been on. I haven't seen any sort of videos. Okay, that almost yeeted me into that place. Which...
So we can find our little square again.
Yeah.
Oh, you're flying danger close, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Square. Which square?
Up to your back one mountain, or back one ridgeline, and to your right.
Oh.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, beautiful. So
that sure looks like it.
So I will add a pin right there. Not right there, but right there, and then we will put. I'll just name it square, and put it right there. So now we can associate that with. I don't think it was in this one.
It was a video of the dude. I think it was golfing.
Yeah. And honestly, there's.
Yeah, there it is.
There's another thing we can do.
There's that line too. Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah. Another thing that I just thought of that I've done in my other video is searching Zillow and Redfin for house, pool, slide, hot tub. I know a ton of places in California or in this area will probably have pools. I mean, well, kind of, I guess. I mean, just looking at what we have right there. But a slide is very unique. So that is a feature you'll probably find.
I also assume that they're going to talk about how much money they spent on this house too.
Yeah.
So doing a Google search for price point would kind of help drive that filtering for Redfin.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm not saying this is it, but that's not it.
It is a checkered walkway. I don't see a fountain in the front though. This one to the right.
Oh.
No. Yeah. I don't think the pool geometry's right. So for ease of like managing your screen, if you push R on your keyboard, it resets your compass and tilt, and we're automatically bringing you to directly above, looking straight down, oriented to the north.
Oh,
north
nice.
Is being upward, instead of having to like screw around with your cursor.
Okay. So let's go ahead and pull up this photo again. So that appears to be so how do I explain this? So I don't think, given this vantage point, that it's right in this area, but it's kind of here. Nope. But
That does have that weird walkway, but it's not long. That one's circular.
Yeah. But it does kind of look like that little vantage point.
Are we on the highest ground right now?
I believe so, yeah. So it's kind of like a hillside, but you still got more stuff over here. Under construction. That doesn't really help out too much. Let's see.
I think we found it, dude. There's the little pickets to the. I'm pointing at my screen. You can't see it, but there's the pickets to the right. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Is there a more updated version or image of this house?
No.
There's a pond out front. There's some power lines.
Yeah.
I don't see a walkway though. They have like a little walkway on the backside looks like, but it doesn't.
Well,
it's not straight back.
Dude, I think this is it. I think this is honestly it. Yeah, because if we take a look, we go back, if we get a
View of the front.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see the pool on the right. Yep, it's got that weird shape to it.
Yeah.
Down to the
Yeah.
south side of the house.
And you got that circle sort of thing right there. This is it.
That's it.
There's the hype house. So under construction, but like I'll bet my whole salary that this is the house. Which, how did I get the address? Okay.
You control. Yeah, there you go.
I haven't really had too much good luck.
Oh, that's updated. Oh yeah, look at that. There it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely it. Always check if it's even made by the same company, Google Earth and Google Maps. Google Earth, I had it fully, like, the most up-to-date it can be. Obviously, this is not the most up-to-date photo Google has.
All right, no, before you say that, close out of your historical imagery becomes sometimes the latest image isn't actually the latest image. So in some instances, your latest image might be really crappy. You might have like cloud cover or something like that. So Google Earth will actually revert to a different image. I don't know if the one you... Oh, yeah, that's cool, dude.
Yeah, what
3D buildings is a pretty spiffy feature.
Yeah, what the fuck is that pond in the front? That's a swamp. Okay. Addresses. Oh, boom.
Money.
So we got a video tour.
Like we're a little inland from this.
Yeah.
Really inland from this.
I wonder if they got a license to film these drone shots. Lexington Hills.
Very fancy.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine living in a gated community and you have these people nearby.
It's your neighbors.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody living near them. I think they're kind of on their own little...
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, all their videos seem to be pretty tame compared to like Jake Paul and Logan Paul. So on it, yeah. Okay, so now let's get a view inside the house.
There's a staircase. Okay.
Yep. I'm surprised there's no Matterport. I mean, they paid for all this, but... and the funny thing is, on Redfin, you can claim any house as yours. So I can hit that button and claim it as mine if I wanted to. I claimed the White House once, and I think they caught on to that pretty quickly. Sold 5 months ago, so they're not... They could be renting it, but No, let's see. Now I want to see who owns it. So we'll go back into that. So sold, it looks pretty spot on. So it looks like these group of kids actually purchased this home, whether they did or a sugar daddy or something did, but we will we will get to the bottom. So they are in, might be running into the privacy issues that California has. Cause I know they have like that whole California specific GDPR. I don't know if that has anything to do with who bought the house or not.
Okay. No, that's different address. What the hell? Oh yeah, I found it. It's yeah, it's unlisted. The owner of record is not available online pursuant to California General Code. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I had a feeling they had a privacy thing in place. Well, that's okay. I will sleep happy at night knowing that we were able to figure out the location of this house using one TikTok video with a fruit stand, which we were able to pull the name of and then look that up on Google Map or Google Earth, kind of plot out the lands only using the background images in TikTok. And I learned how to use that circle feature. That was badass, man. Like I didn't know that was a thing. But keep that in mind, you know, next time you can definitely make those maps, you know, the ring maps on speed of sound and shit like that. You know, just a use case.
Image overlays. So he had
he
had the map up of the like property assignments or whatever. Remember that black and white map?
Okay.
and then zoom out a little bit more. All right, that should be good. So the place mark icon is it's at the top. It's got the two images that are kind of overlaid in each other. Yeah.
And then, okay, there we go. Now,
I would also turn on roads on Google Earth. You probably have to close out of the properties option for this to click it. But
yeah, and I think I could do can't you make this like opaque? Oh yeah,
yes,
yep.
just go to your properties and you adjust your slider down.
Yep. Okay.
Try to pencil that in.
Yeah, and I will say from my own experience, these drawings aren't going to be one-to-one, like perfect. But I mean, like that right there is pretty spot on, I would say.
That's correctly.
Well, I will say I think everyone kind of gets the gist of what we were trying to accomplish right there. Yeah. When you load up the image, you hit browse, you have this transparency tool right there, so you can see the roads in the background. You can still read the overlay, what the street names are. But I mean, for the most point, if you're going to present this to someone, I don't think they're going to get their pants that you're a foot away from the actual road. We validated this was the house. We validated this as the tax assessor's image that they were, whatever sketch they have of the area. So I think overall, for the most part, I would say that Gara and I obviously we've successfully found what do they call themselves? The hype house. We found the hype house just using, I wouldn't call it OPSEC because they don't really, it's not their job to really care about OPSEC too much, but the background of their videos and what they're doing, and we're able to break it down fairly easily. So thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to join the Discord down below. Gara and I, obviously I'm the moderator of my own Discord, but Gara and Gara's, was it face? What's his name now? Gara's tongue? Something like that. Gara's teeth. They're the actual moderators because I always seem to screw up my own server. So anyways, any questions, feel free to drop it into the Ask Cody channel, and we will answer pretty much any question that's worthy of getting an answer for. So anyways, thank you all for watching. You have a good day. Bye.
All of your time. The right place, the right times. The right place, the right times. All of your time.